Hello everyone, Jai Shri Krishna. So I am here back again with the 10th video of a story of Mahabharat, and I am sorry for the delay in posting this video as I was just busy lately in my personal work, so I could not find time to shoot it and post it. So here we are back with the 10th story of Mahabharat, and just to recap where we left off in our last video, when Pandu was made king of Hastinapur after intervention of Vidur, when they about to decide about the rulership being given to Dhritarashtra, Vidur intervened and Pandu was made king. After the kingdom was given to Pandu, now Satyavati's prime concern was the marriage of both the prince, the Dhritarashtra and Pandu. And Bhishma proposed that as Dhritarashtra is elder, he should be married first, and he said that he is thinking about princess of kingdom of Gandhar. Gandhar is actually the modern day Kandahar in Afghanistan. So he said that he is thinking about princess of Gandhar, whose name is Gandhari, and she is ardent devotee of Lord Shiva. And with this proposal, he went to Gandhar kingdom, and he expressed his desire to the king of Gandhar that Dhritarashtra wants to marry Princess Gandhari. Gandhari had a brother. His name was Shakuni. Now comes the two very important characters of Mahabharat. Gandhari on the one side was a very positive character, a pinnacle of sacrifice, and Shakuni was a very negative character. He was the one actually who didn't let any agreement take place between the Pandavas and Kauravas. So when Bhishma expressed this desire in the front of king of Gandhar, Shakuni didn't like this proposal that much, because any brother will not like that his sister should marry a blind person. But Gandhari on her own decision accepted this proposal. Her way of thinking was completely different. She said that if I accept this proposal and get married to Prince Dhritarashtra, then it doesn't matter even if I attain old age, even if my beauty goes down, because Dhritarashtra is not marrying me for my physical beauty. He is unable to see my physical beauty, so he is not marrying me for my physical beauty, so it doesn't matter for him. He will love me as much as he will love me right now. Second thing what she did, she blindfolded herself for her whole life. She took a piece of cloth and blindfolded herself for whole life. She said that, again this was the high morals of people of that time, that she said that a spouse should not enjoy the pleasures of worldly things, material things, which is not approachable for other partner. So if my husband is unable to see the world and see the beauty of the world, I should not be able to enjoy the same. So by saying that, she blindfolded her for her whole life. This was a great decision. This was some brave decision, and this led Bhishma to say that this oath is as stern as he has taken. He actually said this is also a Bhishma oath. What I did to oath I took, that I will not marry and I will remain servant to the kingdom. This oath of you blindfolding yourself for whole life is as big oath as I took. So he blessed Gandhari for future life, and like this the marriage of Gandhari and Dhritarashtra was fixed. So here is first character of the story, Gandhari. Positive character, pinnacle of sacrifice. Without any fault of her, she sacrificed for whole of life. Now the second character, Shakuni, who was also present there. Shakuni didn't like this much. Any brother will not like. So actually he took insult in the proposal itself. He thought that Bhishma, by coming to kingdom of Gandhar with this kind of proposal, he wanted to insult the kingdom of Gandhar. So Shakuni took insult into that, and he actually to himself, he didn't announce it to the world, but to himself he took oath that he will ruin the kingdom of Hastinapur for this insult. He will take revenge of this insult. So for doing that, he remained in the kingdom of Hastinapur for his whole life, and he made sure that he actually developed the animosity between the Pandavas and Kauravas, and he made sure that there is no agreement to take place between the two, and war. He made sure that war happens. There is another version of the story that when the proposal was accepted by Gandhari, Gandhari's horoscope, the birth chart, had a special combination of planets which suggested that she might get married twice. So her first husband will die and she will get married second time. So to avoid that, what king of Gandhar did, he got Gandhari married to a goat, and later on she was married to Dhritarashtra, and Dhritarashtra was unaware of this. When he later found it, he was furious. He was so furious that he ordered all of the relatives of Gandhari to be imprisoned. When they were in prison, they were given very little food. It was a very little amount of food for their survival, on which nobody can survive. So what these all relatives, actually all the relatives of Gandhari were imprisoned, and these all relatives decided that at least one of them should remain alive to take the revenge of this insult which Dhritarashtra has done to them. So whatever food they used to get, whatever little food, they used to collect that food and give it to Shakuni, so that at least one person should have a proper meal and one person should be alive. And one after the other, all the relatives started dying in the prison itself, and only Shakuni remained alive because he was able to get the proper meal every day on the sacrifice of others. So this story also tells that Shakuni developed his animosity towards the kingdom of Hastinapur and wanted to ruin the kingdom of Hastinapur. And how he did? He actually made a weapon for that. His weapon was dice of gambling. So when king of Gandhar also died in that prison due to hunger, he took the bone of the thigh of his father and made the dice out of those bones. And because it was his father's bone, those dices used to obey the order of Shakuni. He was able to order those dices to fall on a definite number, and those dices will fall on exact that number. If he says it should fall on 6 number, dices will come on 6 number only. So this weapon was created in that prison, which in final, when finally the story reached to that point, when gambling happened between the cousins Pandavas and Kauravas, these dices were used, and Shakuni made sure that there is no agreement between the two. So here in this story we have seen two important characters, Gandhari and Shakuni. Gandhari was positive character, a pinnacle of sacrifice, she who sacrificed for her whole life, and Shakuni because of the animosity he developed, because he took insult into the proposal of Bhishma. He decided to be a negative character in this story, and for the I think he was the ultimate reason. He was the main reason for the war to happen. So in our next few videos, few more characters will join the story of Mahabharat. Few more characters will enter into the story of Mahabharat. Kunti, Karna, all very important characters. And after that we will again start the relevancy factor of these stories, when all these characters take their definite roles and story moves forward, and we will know what relevancy factors of these stories are again. Thank you very much for watching. Jai Shri Krishna.